Geometry Wars Retro Evolved 2 is the long-awaited sequel to the original, which pretty much put Xbox Live Arcade on the map when the 360 first came out. The sequel, which is also made by Bizarre Creations, really brings a lot to it. It has 6 modes this time around, so you're going to get a lot more bang for your $10. One of the biggest changes that fans are going to notice is that there's a new way that multipliers are handled. So instead of just getting multipliers from killing enemies, when you kill any enemy, they're going to drop these little green orbs, and it's your job to pick them up. And if you don't pick them up, they'll go away after a while, and if you do, you're going to earn that multiplier, and that'll actually carry over after you die. Now, the 6 modes are mostly good, though there are a few that aren't so great. Deadline gives you 5 minutes and an infinite number of lives to score as many points as you can. King has different little King of the Hill circles on the map, and you can only shoot when you're in those circles, and those deteriorate as you go along. Evolved is actually just a remake of the original, except now it has the new multipliers. Pacifism is actually probably the best of the new games that you're going to find, and this one doesn't give you any guns at all. Your only way to destroy enemies is by passing through a bunch of gates, and it gets really crazy because there's just tons of enemies on the screen, but it's a really addictive mode, and oddly enough, in a game that's known for all of its shooting, the most fun mode is the one where you don't shoot anything at all. Then there's Waves, which comes straight off of Project Gotham Racing 4, and the last one is Sequence, which takes you through a bunch of different levels where you have to fight the same sequence of enemies each time on each level and try to progress all the way through the end while earning as many points as possible. Now, the other big addition to this series is co-op mode. So now you can play both cooperatively or competitively. The only downside to this is that it's offline only. It's only on the same Xbox 360, no online at all, which is a complete waste, but it's still fun to actually play together, either helping each other score and sharing the same multiplier, or just competing on the same space trying to earn the bigger score than your buddy. Geometry Wars Retro Evolved 2 is a nice update from the original, but it's just not quite the revolutionary experience that it was when the first one came out with Xbox 360's launch. And considering how much arcade shooters have evolved over the last few years, it would have been nice to see a little bit more come out of Geometry Wars. In fact, to be honest with you, the PlayStation Network's Stardust HD is actually a better game than Geometry Wars ever was, and Bizarre Creations doesn't really step up its game enough to compete on that level. So this is a pretty sweet deal overall. 800 points gets you 6 modes, and Pacifism really will keep you up late into the night. It's a lot of fun. Just would have been great if they'd actually managed to get the multiplayer online, because after all, this is an online console.